In this video, we're going to take a look at one of my live storytelling performances at Sweatheart. Let's go! It's a bad hair day. I don't really want people to be looking at my hair. Welcome to That's the Norm, where we talk about communication, culture, and creativity. And in this video, we're going to be looking at two of them, communication and creativity. Now, I do a lot of narrating and storytelling as well as a lot of voice work. And one of the recent events that I went to gave me the chance to do this live in front of an audience. I just wanted to share that experience with you. So, Sweatheart is a non-fiction live storytelling event taking place at a bookshop called Lit Books. It's based here in Kuala Lumpur, and for those Malaysians who want to hear a little bit of, real life stories told on stage, I would highly recommend you going to Sweatheart. Now, they've just had their second event, finishing up recently, and I was lucky enough to be one of the people to perform there. Actually, I was the one who opened the event, which is really cool. I was a bit nervous, but I was given the chance to share a story of mine that, has to be connected to the theme of that night, which was gentle relationships. And my story was about my own gentle relationship with a bar. I was happy that they gave me permission to upload this video, so I really do appreciate the guys at Sweatheart for giving me a chance to perform and sharing the love with all the Malaysians who would want to watch stories like these or see these kinds of performances. I think that it's just really important to live up the scene in this way. Anyways, let's just get right into it. Just take a look at what's about to come next. I'll share you the performance right here in this video. Check it out and I'll see you in a bit.
Take it away, Norman. When I think about gentle relationships, I picture kind, supportive, like a mother with her child. For me, it's a location. Actually, it's a bar called the Whales of August. So when I was on exchange in Tokyo for a year, I was searching for places to check out and explore. And one of them was this bar, and I saw it, and it caught my eye because this bar was named after a movie called The Whales of August. So for those of you who don't know, The Whales of August was released in 1987, and it's about two aged sisters who talk about life and they reflect on the past. I like to search these things up because I love film. It's been a big part of my life. It helped me view the world from many different ways, and it teaches you many things, especially that film teaches you how to feel. I'm always the kind of guy that would always talk where I would quote a line from a movie, something like, poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are the things that we stay alive for. That was Robin Williams' Dead Poets Society. I see some nods right there. Beautiful quote, and it's kept close to my heart. So this bar it caught my attention because you don't just normally call a bar after a classic movie unless there's a specific reason. And at the time, I was so fascinated about it. At the time, I was interested in someone, and I wanted to ask her out on her date. And she was a fan of movies as well. So this was a chance for me to be, a little bit closer. So, so I said, we could check this place out together, I asked her. And she said yes, and off we went. So this bar is hidden. The sign is a small square about this big, and there's the Chinese characters, the kanji, for the movie name, hung on the wall on the main walkway, 8 to 10 minutes walk from Shibuya Station. It's dead set in the middle of a busy street, but you never know that such an interesting place is like hidden right there in the corner. Inside, it's pretty small. There's a vintage look, oak and wooden tables and chairs. There's a bunch of bartenders working behind a bright lit up bar. And there were collected bottles from all around the world on every single wall. It was like a movie set. There were also film posters as well. We sat in the corner, and this dapper looking slick back haired guy, this waiter, comes in and asks, "What movie would you like to drink?" So the special part about this place was that every cocktail was named after a movie. Every single bartender was a film lover. They would go to cinemas, they would watch these movies in advance, they would get the best seats, and they would break it down, analyze it in their heads, and then this is what gives them the inspiration. And this inspiration turns into the cocktail given to you, put on your table. Now, the menus are completely in Japanese, so you have to speak Japanese, and there's no English whatsoever. And my date, curious as I am, ordered something familiar. It's a small movie, it's called Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I wasn't sure what to get yet. So I ordered something quite popular. It's a movie called Titanic. And the waiter goes, "Ah, hi, one Breakfast at Tiffany's and one Titanic. Hi, kashikomarimashita. Hi." And he took our orders, he went away, and after a while he came back with the drinks. I forgot what Tiffany's looked like. I'm sorry, I never watched the movie. But Titanic was a cocktail glass that was filled with a blue liquid, an Alizé mix, with a rock of ice like this big put in the middle. And that represented the iceberg. See, they were very creative with these kinds of drinks, right? It gets stuck in your head. So one visit turned to two, and two went to many. And throughout the year in Tokyo, I went there many times. I went there with friends and dates with other girls. And mostly, it was with the person that I was heavily interested with. And they got me. I was hooked. We became serious. We went there so many times. It was a special moment for us, with me and her. But we had a falling apart, and it broke my heart. Now, I can't share this with other people. Tokyo is a very cold city. When you have a cold city, you are not encouraged to share and open your hearts with other people. Society there doesn't recognize the individual. So for me, these cultural influences and these frustrations from not sharing these things with other people, it just made me want to drink my sorrows away. And my shelter from all this, all these bad things, was the Whales of August. I was so fascinated by the bartenders, by the bars, the drinks, and everything, that I just wanted to go there more often. So I did. I went there frequently, most of the time alone. And I would sit in the corner, and I would talk to the head bartender. We would talk about film. We would talk about genres. We would talk about his favorite movies. We would talk about what and why he made these things. In the middle of it, I tried all of his drinks, right? Star Wars, all the episodes had a different cocktail, lightsabers, whatever. Austin Powers was a bunch of fruit put together into a cocktail, and Mad Max Fury Road was a milk alcohol because it's the the sustenance for the main villain. He's completely white because of the breast milk, but that's a different story. But nothing beats the best of the best, and that for me is Rebellion, my favorite movie. It's the Japanese name. In English, it's a movie called Equilibrium. And it's a 2002 dystopian science fiction movie about suppressing your emotions to maintain peace. I would be so sad and depressed going there. I would sit in the corner, and the waiter would come up to me and say, "Ah, hai, itsumodori rebellion desu ka?" Oh, the usual rebellion? I'm like, "Hai, onegaishimasu." Yes, please. And he would make it. It's a rum mix, a black cocktail. And the black represents the black coat that Christian Bale, the main star of the movie, good-looking guy, and the inside of it is these small snacks that float around. That's the medicine that represents people getting their emotions suppressed. And I would drink it. It's ironic because the movie talks about suppressing your emotions. But at the end of the movie, there was a revolution, and people learned how to open their hearts with each other. To me, this rebellion, this drink, was like my medicine. It's like the bartender telling me, it's okay for you to feel that way. I'm giving you permission to feel that way. And that's fine. Here, have a drink. So I've always had a very interesting relationship with the Whales of August. The bar, the bartenders, our talks, our conversations. But I never tell them, I never told them I never watched the movie. I never watched Whales of August. I didn't want to break the connection with them. To me, rebellion was my medicine, and I needed it to keep going. Thank you.
So that was it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this story. It's an interesting bar. I highly recommend that you check it out. It's a bit small, and drinks are quite premium, but the atmosphere, the people that go there and enjoy the movie cocktails that they make is just fascinating to me. So check it out. It's called the Whales of August, right in Shibuya. Or in Japanese, it would be Hachigatsu no Kujira. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell button right there at the bottom. And for more narrations and live readings and stuff like that, I will be sharing more of them throughout this channel. And also teaching you some of the things in communication. So, question. What kind of stories do you like to listen to? Is it real life? Non-fiction? Is there a specific genre? Did you want like horror or comedy or something that'll make you cry? Maybe something romantic? I would be happy to hear what you have to say. Storytelling is a huge part of our everyday lives, whether it be in conversation or in front of a crowd, in front of a microphone, and I hope to see more of that being accepted in a comfortable fashion, not only just in Malaysia, in KL, but throughout the world. And I believe that should be part of the norm. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next video. See you and have a good day. Okay, cool. Hat doesn't fit well in Malaysia. It's so hot.